Hello and welcome to my stream. Today we're going to be playing through Scarlet Hollow, a open-ended horror visual novel game. Today we'll be going through Chapter 1, excuse me, and seeing what this game has in store for us. Okay. Let's see, my name is Ravensbane. This is my username. Live in the city of Los Angeles. I am a man, a he, him. Let's see, and for this playthrough, let's go over some of the more interesting options. Go for mystical and talk to animals. So in this game, visual novel, you have traits which can affect your outcomes of events as well as open dialogue options you don't normally have access to. So with this playthrough, we're going to go with talk to animals and mystical. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are awake again and still exhausted. See, the sound volume is kind of loud. I'll turn that down a bit. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even if considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Mystical. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made, because you were always going to find your way here. So when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. And now the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. Name drop. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no. He's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly just messing around because I was a done team. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Let's see. Hey, what? Wait, what? Yeah, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Thought about 5 months ago she tried to break up with me, like for real, and geez. You ever just get so mad you want to kill somebody? Well, yeah, all the time. I do the same thing. Never followed through, of course. Oh yeah, totally. Never would. Of course not. Yeah. But I definitely think about it. Sometimes even plan it out. Just, to let off some steam. But never do anything. Yep, never. But a person can't help what thoughts they have, right? Honestly, could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, into that stuff. So I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. I'm gonna stay quiet. You sit awash in horror, but doing your best to keep a neutral face as this man admits he's thought about murdering the soon-to-be mother of his child. A child whose birth he is currently missing and considering ditching to go have fun in New York. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? I'm going home. I'm coming home. My mother fled this place many years ago, but she's gone now, and I can feel it calling me back. Some things can only be put off for so long. The young man anxiously shifts in his seat. For one perceptible moment, it's his turn to feel uncomfortable before he catches himself and heartily laughs. Oh, you must be talking about Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in the mountains. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around, so if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed up that way. Almost nobody ever goes there. I'm usually alone on the bus by now. Though actually, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the hollow, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now. Now that I think about it, I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone for one focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifled through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they've dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip: sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Nice, I love the peanuts. You take the boiled peanuts. Nice, I love boiled peanuts. Glad they're going to a good home. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. It brakes, squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Ravensbane. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from a few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. I'm gonna offer her these nuts. Want some peanuts? I got them from the bus. You hold out the dripping bag, offering it to your cousin. What? Put those away. Why would I want your wet peanuts? Now come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Let's see. How are you holding up? How are you holding up? Fine. You know you can talk to me, right? I know we only just met, but you know I went through something similar with my own mom. So if you ever need to vent or... I'm good. I can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that, or had, I guess. You can feel the same careless cruelty in Tabitha's words that your mother would use when she talked about Pearl Ann and the Old Scarlets. That wound that tore your family apart runs deep enough that it bled through the generations. You sound like her right now, my mother. She hated this side of the family so much. We don't have to become our parents. There are some things in life we get to choose. She's the one who left. Remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin and the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed away, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. Ooh, nice. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with a layer of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and the hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. So you live here? Yeah, and I'm letting you stay here for free. So mind your manners, or did your mother not teach you about those? Let's just get the tour over with. Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesday, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Mister. As Tabitha speaks, your eyes are drawn to the windows and the overgrown garden outside. Dread and anxiety grip your lungs, and you can almost feel the ground beneath you start to slip. This place is a step away from being swallowed up and vanishing forever. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip: some explorer options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Place isn't safe. This place isn't safe, and I don't mean that in the sense of it being perched on a literal cliff. Something is wrong here. Okay, geez, I get it. You think it's messy. I'll tell Janie to be more thorough this week. But you should know there's only so much anyone can do with a country house this old. It's always going to be a little grimy and warm, unlike your sleek city apartments. If a little dirt bothers you, you're going to have a rough time this week. Awesome, I love peanut butter and jelly. How do you know it was one of my favorites? That smile can't be real. I didn't, but good for you. I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Sweet, thanks. Cool, good talk. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom. Follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Ooh, and you approach the cat. Don't try to pet Frou-Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Ne me parle pas. So French? Ah, sorry I don't speak French. I'm sorry, little lady. Je ne parle pas français. Of course. How typically American. I shall debase myself by speaking your tongue, but only so that I might insult you directly to your face, you uncultured swine. Very funny. Her name sounds French. Stop wasting my time and let's finish this tour. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these places, but for the time being you feel lucky to not have fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show, it's a bathroom. I'll wait outside, do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room and mystery stains paint the floor. Are you sure this toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bill gets paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. It's so crusty. It's fine, don't be so dramatic. who exactly uses this bathroom? Guessed. This is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. You can practically hear Tabitha roll her eyes at you from the other side of the bathroom wall. It'd be a lot nicer if Janie didn't have a policy about bathrooms. She cleans mine but refuses to do more than that, so you can blame her for the state of the place. Can I use your bathroom instead? No, hurry up and do your business so we can move on with our lives. Scram, fellas, the jig is up! Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. Hand someone use the bathroom. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour, follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer, before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats this room. Someone has died here. No, people have died in here. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you cannot hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. I need to grab something. Back. People have died here. I sense a heavy spiritual fog hanging over this room. People have died here, haven't they? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Obviously people have died here. This is a nice room, thank you. Good. You should be honored to stay in a historic landmark such as this. Every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. Hey, I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me, I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. What am I supposed to do while you're gone? There's a very demanding job I should be getting back to right now. Excuse me. That doesn't include figuring out activities for you to occupy your time with. I'm not your babysitter. Why don't you, I don't know, go walk around in town or something until you get tired? There are historic buildings to look at. I'm sure you'll have a great time. That face. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Well, except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. Can I come watch? What? No, the mine is dangerous. I can't babysit you and do my job. Hashtag girl boss. Damn, I can't believe you're only in your 20s and already running a coal mine? Talk about girl boss. Don't patronize me. I know you have nothing to your name, Ravensbane. Any other inane questions before I leave? Can you take me into town? Nope. It's just down the hill and you can walk there yourself. Are you sure you're okay? Hey, are you sure you're doing okay? You seem kind of upset. Fine. I just need to get back to work. Alright, I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Let's go make a sandwich and maybe we can talk to the cat. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen. ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. Let's talk to the kitty. Fru Fru hisses at you as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. I'll give her peanuts. You extend your arm and offer Fru Fru your bag of boiled peanuts as a token of peace. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. Want some boiled peanuts? Oh mon dieu, no. So, do you like living here? I despise small talk. If you won't take the hint, I suppose I'll have to take things into my own hands. Fru Fru lunges at your hand and bites you hard. You back away. Okay, meanie. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, Janie, stay out, in all caps. Below it in separate handwriting are the words, okie dokie. You open the fridge, you already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Let's check the mayonnaise. You know you probably shouldn't, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. Mayo. You pick up the jar, its label flaking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate to 5th grade. Best to put it back and forget you ever saw it. Examine old takeout. Oh my god. Papa Nurgle, why? Why did you do that? What were you expecting? The takeout container is disgusting. Beyond words, a liquefied mess, wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. The substance doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. I'm not trying to die. Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. You shove the container back in the fridge, pushing it into the depths of the shelves and out of your mind. Hopefully you can forget it exists and move on with your life. Now we're gonna grab the jelly. No. It was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter. Better close the fridge and keep looking. Turn to the kitchen. Search the pantry. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Grab some bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great, one step closer to a satisfying snack. With a mousetrap. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some peanut butter. Take the peanut butter. Gif. The king of nut butters. Pause. And only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. Nice. The cabinet. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware, and oddly enough, the utensils. Grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you need to make your peanut butter and jelly. Time to get to work. Examine the shot glass. Ooh. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearlan, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you heard from your mom, Pearlan wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Let's make a sandwich. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yay. Congratulations. You can feed yourself. Ta-da. A job well done. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Let's look at the garden. Oh, that's actually pretty pretty. I really like this game's aesthetic and like art style. The garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Let's explore the garden. Doo-doo. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Okay, let's return to the kitchen. You head back inside and close the door behind you. Okay, done here. One moment. Congratulations, you've eaten and had a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Let's explore the forbidden wing of the estate. You immediately try the nearest door, only to be impeded by locks and chains. Oh. Well, this is one of those places in the game where if you have like different background traits, you might be able to like break your way inside. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey seek into your bones. You stumble back upstairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Let's start getting ready. Put my clothes in the dresser. Oh. Possum. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It's quiet but angry. Afraid. I friend, I know hurt. Afraid. What's your name, little guy? I'm Ravensbane. Dustin. What are you doing in my drawers? Warm, dark. You offer him nuts. You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. Afraid. Death comes for Dustin. You close the drawer. You might as well leave Dustin be. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good as a place you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. Let's check out the closet. Annabelle. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Let's look at the doll. Of course, you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandra." Oh, no need to carry this around with me. You close the closet behind you. Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out, pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. Okay, let's look at the painting. This must be a really old relative of yours. Judging by the dates on the inscription, you've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Okay, it's time to take a nap. Get ready for a day. You immediately collapse onto the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Okay, that's enough. Doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now, so might as well head to town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. So do just that. If you don't, you'd end up having to walk all the way back to town. You probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of that tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy in the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Oh, a doggo. Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers. Why, I do declare, who is this stranger? And why does he smell of peanut butter? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Offer Gretchen my boiled peanuts. Want some boiled peanuts, Gretchen? You whip out the bag and hold it in front of Gretchen. Why, yes, of course, I most certainly do. Aw, that's sweet of you, but those are probably way too salty for my little Gretch. It's nice to meet you, Gretchen. I'm Ravensbane. My, oh my, I can't remember the last time I met a newcomer who was so wonderfully polite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ravensbane. That's a funny way to introduce yourself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I'll introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ravensbane. Oh, you must be Tabby's cousin, right? Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath, "One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me." That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I'm sorry, did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did it back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. Mystical? She's in conflict with herself. Whoever I met today isn't the real Tabitha. I hope you mean that metaphorically. To tell you the truth, she's always been a little rough around the edges, but most people don't really catch on to that. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Are you two friends? I was probably closer to her than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck, and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up in the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. I haven't seen that. Oh, this is Gretchen. I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged. Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met the Frou-Frou. How does that monster fare? Yeah, unfortunately I have met Frou-Frou. She's so condescending. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? Alas, you discovered my dark and terrible secret. I can talk to animals, and animals can talk to me. Your dog sounds like a southern belle when she talks. Yeah, of course you're joking. You and Sella maintain silent, awkward eye contact. Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards. And do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but I very much still plan to outlive her. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Yeah, I'll follow her. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Ravensbane, just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Man, talking about me? Well, it looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Oh, hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery. And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me? Oh, for me. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the Y or triangle button on your gamepad to da-da-da-da-da. Lies. Press Y right now. Anything for you. Let's see. Peanuts. Isn't bacon bad for dogs? You deny me my pleasures? What is and isn't good for a lady's health is none of your business. Oh.
Self-voicing enabled.
No, what did I
Stella, Gretchen's like one of those 110-year-old ladies who's had a daily glass of wine her whole life.
Wow. How do I turn that off?
Bruh. Keyboard.
Oh, left trigger?
Toggle. Right trigger. Right trigger. A/bottom button. Stella, Gretchen's like one of those 110-year-old. Stella, Gretchen's like one of those 110-year-old ladies. Stella, Gretchen's like one of those 110-year-old ladies. Font override.
I guess I'm breaking it.
Return.
Oh, there you go.
Self-voicing disabled.
Gretchen's like one of those 110-year-old lady who's had a daily glass of wine her whole life. So why stop now? Maybe it's been the secret to her longevity. Anyways, don't worry, I always keep an eye on her diet. And we make sure to only give her the leaner cuts. I gotta go in a sec. Want anything while I'm still here? I'll offer him these nuts. You hold out the still drifting bag of boiled peanuts. Gretchen sniffs at the spatters of brine on the table and licks her lips expectantly. No, thanks. I shouldn't take gifts while I'm on my shift. Anything I can get you, though? I'll get a biscuit and coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they're really good. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. You know, if you ever want to get rid of those peanuts, there's a trash can right by the door. There's always in my mouth if you ever find yourself looking for an alternative receptacle. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around the town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. Oh, and there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Is it probably like a church thing? Is the potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. A non-religious community in the rural south? That's gotta be unusual. I know, we must seem like such heathens. But there are plenty of God-fearing folks in town that just aren't the biggest fans of the local church. Well, the building's okay, but the pastor is another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. You get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? No clue. Honestly, I have no clue. Well, you're in luck, as you've happened to run into the person who knows all the best stuff to do around here and has limitless time to show you around. My boss is pretty forgiving. Oh wait, you probably wouldn't get the joke since we don't know each other that well. I'm self-employed, so I'm my own boss, so I'm forgiving myself. Get it? Funny. Everyone's a critic. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns biscuit in tow. Is there anything else coming for me? Gosh, if I had known that plate of bacon would be my main and only course, I would have waited before digging in. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, Avery. It looks great. Mystical, you pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite, it melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter, suspended in a thin matrix of dough. The mystical option is super extra. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa, this is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned that she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Oh wow, shocking. What kind of videos do you do? Cool, what kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel. Ravensbane's amazing. I think the best video to start with could be that river one. Not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. I could smell its stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. You decide to share Gretchen's insight with Stella and Avery. Gretchen seems to think it's a mountain lion. Haha, very funny. You might have gotten me earlier, but I'm on to you. You're not going to trick me into thinking you can talk to my dog. As for your theory, nah, no way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat. And there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries are missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Exactly, some exotic pen owner sent it free, and now will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We won't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. Sorry, Avery. It's okay, I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after skunk ape. What's a skunk ape? It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida. But while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it's worth investigating. So what do you say, want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? Let's ask Gretchen if she's going to be there. That depends, are you going to be there, Gretchen? Oh, naturally. I wouldn't want any misfortune to befall my beloved Stella. I must stay by her side through thick and thin, however odd her passions may be. Of course, it's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more, I'm in. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us, get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or...? Oh, okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Oh, okay. I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Oh. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hangout. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Reese. There's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Are you okay? Me? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm more worried about Reese. He's had a lot going on in the past 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Let's leave a tip. You reach into your pockets and pull out a single crumpled dollar bill and a quarter. As long as you don't get sick of peanut butter and jelly, your meals will be free while you're here. Share the wealth while you've got it, you think to yourself. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out of the diner. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel an overwhelming sense of foreboding, which seems only natural considering where you are. Your instincts scream at you to leave, but at the same time you're curious to see what the night has in store for you. You decide to go with the flow, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and to not dwell too much on this strange feeling. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record. Since last year, at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change. Like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Let's see. What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That's pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh, and Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It's a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It's all stuff from the 50s too, which is super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. So let's ask if anything bad has happened. Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious? Let me think. There's that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a couple of months to heal. All in all, not too bad. The doggo looked so concerned. Though I guess there was always the time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out that the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside bored to tears, lassie as she is not. As if I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind, that's what I did. And I kept Stella company just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours. It took about an hour to get loose, which is pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain. So it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was a time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. Let's just move on. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, Duke, you rascal. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girl, just old Duke. Now, what the hell are y'all looking for way out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick, you on? Is that? Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences, I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger, another opportunity for a salty introduction. Well, I'll offer him these nuts. You hold out the slippery bag in front of Duke. It's grown quite fragrant since you first put it in your rucksack, like the scent of old beer, but you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts from your backpack? Nah, I'm all set, thank you. I'm still more than happy to take them off your hands. Now both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damn camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking, you know. I learned from the best. That you did. But I've yet to see a shred of proof that you listen to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or whatever have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose many more than that. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. These sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. If it could be anything else. Gun. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s. And even those were iffy. It's true. There are mountain lions out here such as seeing. Or sure as seeing. They pee on all the best trees. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. As Duke's words leave his mouth, a singing feeling starts to pull at your stomach, and you can see brief flashes of something terrible to come. Hey, I'm gonna grab something to drink. Whatever it is, the 4 of you are bound to meet it, and it will change you forever. I don't think this night ends well. How would you know? I go hunting these woods all the time. Night, day, possums, bears, it don't make a difference. Even a mountain lion wouldn't stand a chance against the ingenuity of man here. Unless it's not a mountain lion. Don't you get started again. If your daddy could hear you now going on about ghouls and goblins, using what he taught you to run around those woods like some kind of paranormal investigator, do you want that to be his legacy, girl? And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are heading down to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. We'll be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. If I don't nip this in the bud tonight, you know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if any of them I lost any more of my poor little ladies. And you know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening. As Duke and Stella dig their feet in, the feeling from before gains form and clarity. Somebody here is going to die tonight. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. Let's just go, Stella. He's the one with the gun, after all. Okay, fine. You win this time, Duke. That's right. Now y'all run along home and stay out of trouble. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Let's see. Here. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way, let's go. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Ravensbane, and I find ourselves on a high hill and on Blue Ridge Mountain, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. And keep digging, Gretchen. I can take the camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all of this gorgeous scenery. Mystical. Duke may be gone, but that feeling in your gut still lingers. Something terrible awaits you. Something unavoidable. Though what exactly is wrong in these woods still eludes you. There's something wrong in the air. It feels oppressive, dark. You don't happen to mean stinky, do you? Do you think you're smelling the skunk ape? Metaphorically. No, something metaphorically oppressive and dark, like my soul. Dang, I thought we might have stumbled across its trail. Oh well, I wouldn't worry too much if I were you. My gut usually warns me if I'm going to run into trouble, and I feel A-okay. Immediately evil. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud percussive snort. Death has come for me at last. Goodbye, cruel world. No need to come to terms with your own mortality just yet. That just sounds like that's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big scary predators like us. Let's go check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Yeah. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Pain, rot, decay! A deer! Let me at him. How dare he infringe upon my dear Stella's personal space? Let me at him! And then it's gone. Geez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me? She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? think that deer was threatening us. Or warning us. I think it was just sick. That thing on its face, I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor? It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing, but there's not much we can do about it. Let's see. Well, I'm ready for the hunt. Same for me. How about we take a quick snap break to fuel up, then we get right into the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. Trail snacks suck. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. M&M's. Classic choice, it never fails to satisfy. I like to mix my own to make sure it has the best stuff, and I use dried cherries instead of raisins. Maybe it's a bit of a controversial pick, but even as someone who's passionate about dried fruit, I simply cannot abide raisins. Well, trying to smash, I'll agree. Yes, finally someone who gets it. Raisins are glorified mouse droppings. They destroy everything they touch. Definitely, and any other dried fruit is better. Glad to finally meet a fellow preserved fruit connoisseur who can appreciate my refined taste in trail mix. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hands as the quiet sound of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me what it's like in Los Angeles. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be me. All these are terrible options. I live in an internet cafe. Every neat stream. I live in a closet in a house with 10 roommates. Actually, it's more of an attic crawl space. One of the walls is slanted, so it's like a little unsingulated triangle room. It's Harry Potter's room. There's not really space for much, so I just have my clothes on a futon and a little camp light too, since there's not light in there. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't sound like a space anybody should be living in. It sounds like staying in that old crumbling mansion is actually a pretty big step up for you. How are your roommates? Are they at least nice? Yeah, they're nice enough, but I think they miss having the storage space. They still put boxes in there every now and then for safekeeping. I use them as tables. There's gotta be a better apartment than that in the big city like Los Angeles. With rent prices? Shit. Yeah, the place has its issues, but it's cheap. Well, fair enough. I can't imagine how expensive Los Angeles is. You and me both. Ah, so what do you do for a living? I'm actually a streamer. Oh, no way, a fellow content creator. That's awesome. I knew we had a lot in common, Ravens. Man, what sort of streams do you do? I play video games. That's cool. I'll have to check out your channel sometimes this week. Cough, like, comment, subscribe. How do you like it? You let Stella's compliment gently hang over the sound of nature. A crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it. I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Oh, do you live with your parents, family home, and all that? No, it's just me. They aren't with us anymore. Bruh. Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. It's okay, you didn't know. And I've done my morning. You don't have to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on. Yeah, my mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Thanks, Ravensbane. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? I'm okay. Hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I'd kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. And it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. Eesh, I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Well, by my stars, what was that? The sound wasn't meant for human ears. Whatever lurks behind the tree line is something best left unseen. But the events of this evening were already set in motion long before you stepped foot in Scarlet Hollow. There's no turning back now. Stella immediately packs her bags and slings it over her shoulder. There's something terrible out there, Stella. Whatever it is, it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me and let's check this out. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. Do stay close, Raven's Bane. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you. Talk to animals. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Pain. It's all pain. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. Yeah. Oh, there goes. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall? Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Right behind you. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Oop. Graceful. Stella, my darling companion, are you alright? Oof. Oof. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no, that poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. Let's investigate the chicken. You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen get too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. I would never. Something about this bird doesn't smell right. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She squirms against your harness. Let's look at the growth. That's where chicken nuggets come from. Good God, at first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. Chicken wing. Looks like this is what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of the chicken's concerns. Look at the head. Why am I alive? Man, that's a real ass question. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you glazed over, but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could it be a tumor, or could it be something else? Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez, I'm gonna have to put up some massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that? Oh, there's something out there, all around us. I can smell it. There are so many of them. What in Samuel are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to? Birdie? Oh, Birdie, what's wrong, darling? Good God. Did y'all see what did this to her? No, but I'm pretty sure we can hear them. We didn't see whatever did this to your bird, but I think we can hear them right now. Don't tell me you're all caught up in Stella's nonsense. Duke, I'm so sorry. We were on the trail when we found her like this. Put that camera away, for God's sake, girl. I don't want to be in another of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurting. Duke, did you hear what Ravensbane said? I think they're coming closer. You stay away from Stella, you mongrels. Come out, you sons of bitches. Duke, don't shoot them. We have no idea what'll happen. You hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you, whatever your name is. Grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. I can feel the white-hot rage from earlier start to wash back over me. I'm going after the white hot ray. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Quick, they're closing in on us. I'm getting the doggo. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen in your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it. Oof. You hear a body hit the ground, and then quiet as the chaos fades and the sound of nature creeps back in. Gretchen, Ravensbane, Duke, are you alright? What is this so extra? I warned you too. Something terrible was going to happen. Woe is me, a postmodern Cassandra. I guess you did. Oh, what happened? Did I lose myself again? I apologize for being so easily shaken up. I'll do better. Gretchen, here, I'll take her. My poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke, are you okay? Oh, that man is not okay. Oof. Oh my god, Duke, holy shit. What do we do now? What the hell are we supposed to do? Let's go to the police. What do you mean, what do we do? We've got to take this to the police. A man's dead. What happened to Duke? Oh, sorry. What happened to Duke? Is something wrong with him? Why won't he get up? You're right. And we have footage of what happened here. But it's so dark and shaky, it all just seems so unbelievable. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Bruh, this man is dead. Are you nuts? A man is dead, Stella. Yeah, you're right. Let's head back and call the police. My phone should get reception once we're back at the main road. Ooh, like this art. As you and Stella quickly make your way back through the woods, the unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you. Keep moving. You say nothing, continuing forward with grim determination. We're almost there. As you and Stella reach the main road, the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. I certainly can't smell that stench anymore. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. Man. And 13 text messages. Feels like I'm back in high school. Let's call her. You try and call Tabitha back, but it goes straight to voicemail. I'll text her that I'm okay. You text Tabitha back and let her know you're okay. Your message sits unread. Yikes. Yikes, Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But first things first, let's call the police. She pulls out her phone and dials. Hello? Earl, it's Stella Richmond. I'm up the mountain on the Asgina trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. You gotta hurry. Okay, hey, yeah. Are they really gone? Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry, Jesus. Oh, hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's going to tell Bo? I guess now we wait. Huh. I never caught that until right now. She says something's in the woods, and then the police officer asks, like, oh, are you sure they're gone? Like, he already knows what it is or what's going on. Okay, it takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See, right there, a thing jumps out of the wood, then the shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. No, there's more than one. They chased us through the woods. Whatever they aren't human. And they killed Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're gonna have to confiscate this camera. Miss Richmond, if you don't mind, this is evidence. But, okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I... Please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you in. Who are you exactly? Oh, that's Ravensbane. He came into town today for the funeral. Ravensbane, as in... Tabitha's cousin? Yeah. Damn, didn't think you'd actually show. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't never mind, why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now if you'll kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left will be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. Okay, thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That's if your mama permits. But what about Stella? She hates being in those wheeled contraptions. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. Oh, Doggo looks so sad. The cops usher you and Stella into the back of their quad car. You are just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretches across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. Stella stares out the window, oddly quiet. Oh, my poor Stella. Neither of us much like these awful metal beasts. If only I was able to comfort her. Confound this old man who reeks of coffee for keeping us apart. Hey, Stella, you good? She doesn't respond. Put a hand on her. You reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch, but you can feel some of her tension ease and hear her let out a self-soothing sigh. I don't think Stella's okay back here, fellas. Oh, I'm sure it's just a little car sickness. She'll be right as rain once we get back down the hill. Though she'd best try not to hurl in the meantime. We wouldn't want Franklin here to have to work late cleaning the squad car. We're only a few minutes away now. Y'all better keep it together till then. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement and the car comes to a stop in front of the small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted out in the morning. And you, whatever your name was. You're so dumb. IP freely. Sure, you're in town for the funeral. Good, don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchen. And y'all have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. Let's ask about why she wanted to walk. I hope you don't mind me asking, but why on earth did you want to walk home? I just don't like cars is all. They're rolling death machines if you ask me. Sorry if I weirded you out. God, what a night. I seemed a little blase about everything. Blasé? They sure seemed a little blasé about a man's death. I can't believe they're waiting until morning to even start looking for him. Who knows what those things are doing to his body right now? I believe that they are well-intentioned if in over their heads. Oh, that was Gretchen. And what's worse is I think they implied that you're a suspect, even after we showed them all of that footage. They had to pin it on somebody. They're cops, it's their whole job to pin it on somebody, so of course they'd pick the out-of-towner. Here's hoping the footage clears my name. Yeah, no kidding. But it's okay, I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Nor will I, though I have little understanding of police work. I was there, I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about those things. If we can get clear footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. I should check in on Tabitha. My friend's place is on the way back, and stopping by shouldn't take long. You sure you don't want to stop in first? I know I wouldn't want to head up that mountain road by myself after everything that's happened tonight. You better like that, sure. Let's do it. Awesome, let's go. I'm glad you're sticking it out with us. It's always nice to have an extra companion. I hope she's still awake. There's something foul creeping up behind us. Ravensbane. Jesus. You and Stella turned to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. You're finally back where you belong. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't tell it's an old lady. How do I do this voice? Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Oh, hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Ravensbane. Is it okay if we come in? You and Mrs. Forsyth briefly lock eyes. She's impenetrable, and you feel small and almost naked in her presence. There's something about her that's far beyond you, but you feel no threat, no malice. And then the moment passes, and you see only the woman before you. Of course, of course. You're in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook. This place always has the loveliest aromas. It's nice to finally meet you, Ravensbane. I was sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the Hollow. And now poor Pearl Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Peanuts. You hold out your bag of peanuts as a gift to Sybil. She offered you and Stella tea after all, and it's only polite to offer something in return. Oh my, thanks for the kind offer, dear, but I'm afraid it's far too late for me to have something so salty. Who is that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to worry about him. How did you know that my mom died? Oh, Pearl Ann was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of, bless her heart. Okay. We need your help. Ah, yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? I'm not sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know a bit about classical spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for my body, or looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I. This wasn't the local wildlife, Mrs. Forsyth. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls the memory card from out of her sleeve and pops it into her phone. I wasn't just about to let the police hold on to this, at least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. The cops wouldn't know what to do with the footage anyway. Hashtag ACAB. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly, I give it to them if they ask again, but for now we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits. Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. Kanika? Are we seeing Kanika? You'd better come with Stella. I'm sure she'll be more than willing to help a friend and her nosy mother. I'll stop to get a drink real quick. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What, Ma? Oh, hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? Kanika, is it me? Am I the good potato? I most certainly hope I am. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? I'm offer her these nuts. You hold out your boiled peanuts. Generosity is the best way to make new friends. No. Tabitha's cousin? Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friends have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess, so I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, Kanika, this is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? We can watch this without you. You know I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? This is far beyond my ability to contribute. I'll leave the thinking to you humans. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Ravensbane and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine, really, I'm okay. I'll just be quiet. It's not me. Poor Duke, poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? Oh, she's got a Sailor Moon shirt. Anime. We talked to the police. I hope they told Beau, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be in much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now we have something far more serious to discuss. Whatever happened in the woods, we weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. These things my grandmother called them ditchlings. They are a terrible omen, a sign of great sufferings and destruction to come. Mom, come on, whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Ravensbane with this Tailipo crap. A man just died, have some respect. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people despite that grisly scene in the woods. How can you say that? Duke's dead. An unfortunate accident and nothing more. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. Jesus, Mom, they've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kanika, this is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out, not after what we saw. But fine, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw the chicken in our video, what was that growth? Talk to animals and mystical. I have to agree with Sybil. I could clearly hear them telling us that this place is cursed, and to get out while we still can. Spooky stuff. Wait, are you serious? I couldn't make out anything, it was all just garbled whispering to me. How interesting. Are you sure you're not just subconsciously rewriting your memories to match my mom's theories? Even if we were to assume for a moment that you and my mom are right, I'd still want to know what they were doing in the woods. Maybe what we're seeing here is some sort of parasitic larval stage, part of their life cycle? But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there. Not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you a couple cups, it'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know. It's getting late, and I should let Ravensbane get some rest. I ran him ragged today with all the hiking and running around through the woods in terror. Yeah, I'm about ready to pass out. Thanks for the help, Sybil, and it's nice to meet you. Kanika, sorry it had to be under such weird circumstances. Hopefully the next time we meet will be a little less terrifying. Yeah, we should all hang out this week, Kanika. Maybe we could even get Reese to chill with us. I could really use it, but for now, thank you both so much for everything. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And you call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see ya. Bye, Ravensbane. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up those bones. Oh, be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. What an unfortunately short visit. Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Should probably not leave my cousin worried if I'm dead in a ditch somewhere. I should probably head back before Tabitha has a conniption. Are you sure you're okay heading up the mountain alone? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I won't stop you if you really want to go back. Here's my number. Call me when you get there, okay? And good luck. You and Stella exchange numbers. I'll see you tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah, we're in this together. Yeah, we are. Stay safe, buddy. Good luck, Ravensbane. You begin the long hike back up to the Scarlet Estate alone. Continue down the path. Almost home. You've made it. Your salvation in sight, you make a mad dash to the door. Let's just try. As you reach for the knob, the door swings open. Where the hell have you been? I texted you back. I texted you back as soon as I had reception. Did you? I didn't notice. Do you know anyone named Wayne? I employ over 100 people. I'm sure I know a Wayne. Sorry, I met this girl in town and we wound up really hitting it off. We went on this night hike to find cryptids. Ah, so you met Stella then. That explains everything. And she's gotten you all worked up. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Can you tuck me in? Are you serious? Tuck you in? No, go to sleep. Tears. You're alone in the estate. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. It's probably best to turn in and try to leave the night behind you. As you settle into your room, you remember that Stella asked you to call her once you got back. You pull out your phone and call. Hey, how are you? She sounds a little different, like she's been crying. Did you make it back alright? Yeah, I'm alright. How are you? Totally fine. I mean, as fine as I could be, I guess. You don't have to worry about me. Go get some Z's, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Okay, Okay, so this is where Chapter 1 of Scarlet Hollow ends. So far from the time I've spent with it, it's an interesting game with an interesting premise. I'm a really big fan of the kind of aesthetic and art style. It's got a nice kind of cel-shaded, hand-drawn aesthetic. Spooky. Title drop. Okay, this is the end of episode 1. I have played through the game before, but I plan to play through the entirety of it for a stream, for YouTube. The game right now is still in development, but so far it's really enjoyable. I like it a lot, you know. It's got a pretty good story, you know, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm gonna call it here for the stream today. I plan to do every chapter up until what's currently released. So thank you for watching, and please, if you find yourself enjoying the video or liking my content, you know, make sure to follow or subscribe, etc. Okay. Thank you, and you guys have a wonderful day.